Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. What am I doing? I just got a surprise box of cookies in the mail. I saw the postman dropping off a big box, and I look at my wife. Did you order something? And she's like, No. Did you order something? And we both went cookies. So I figured I'd do an unboxing. I opened up the cardboard box, but I didn't look into here yet, although I pretty much could see in through the plastic. So I'll just filibuster a minute. How is everybody's 4th of July? This is, for those of you watching in the future, this is the 5th of July, 2025. 4th of July is my favorite day of the year since I moved to this house because when I moved to this house, it was the middle of the whatever it is, shelter in place, whatever nonsense COVID crap going on. And Queens was just a ghost town, tumbleweeds going through, everybody police, get in your house, wear a mask. So I was like, we got to get out of here before I start fighting with everybody. And we moved out here into Suffolk County, and it was like business as usual. Everybody was normal, and yet nobody died. No excess deaths. We moved in right before Christmas, and then the 4th of July came, and my wife was like, John, you got to come out. And everybody was in the streets. Everybody was shooting fireworks and talk to the neighbors. So it's the one night a year I drink. So last night I had a couple of beers, got a little drunky, and fell asleep. Oh my God, did I sleep so good? Slept so good. And then I find out I get a box of cookies in the mail. And let's see. Let's check out the comments, and then I will show the cookies off. So we got this jerk over here, John's Long Box. He has a comic called He has a comic called Heroic Tales on Fund My Comic right now. We're closing in on the next stretch goal. Every $1,000, I make another card. The next card will be the Subterranean, the main bad guy that the patriarch will fight. So let's see if that happens. We already unlocked Mary Sue. I jumped King Fu ahead of the line because people seem to like King Fu, and I really wanted to get a card out for him. And then the Subterranean. Uh, I have a bunch of cards, artwork, and everything made up. So let's hope that we could get more cards unlocked. We got Zactan. I got my blessing. Thank you. I could use a blessing. We got Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. How you doing? How's everything? No complaints here. Barbecue pork sandwiches and hot dogs with fireworks in the family. Good time. Yeah. We had burgers. I had, we put our lounge chairs in the driveway, watched the fireworks, had some burgers, drank some beers. My wife had some beers, and then she switched it off to coolers later on. And my favorite thing is there's an old timer who lives like diagonally across the street. I see him every once in a while. His house is immaculate. And I always said that house looks so good. So I was feeling drunk. So I just walk over. My wife's like, oh no, she's an introvert. So I just walk over and start talking to the guy. 77-year-old Italian guy with a super, super Italian accent. Reminded me of my grandpa. And we just talked. We talked like an hour, telling me about all the neighborhood, and you know, you know, just an old barber from Queens. An old Italian barber from Queens. It was just so cool. Antonio got to hang out with Antonio. Hey, beer on the 4th is required. There you go. That's Dave. That's the dungeon master. He's one of the Dark Alchemy Lab guys. Who's on my yeah, Dave, you were on you were on that night, right? Or did you not show up? But and they come over and play board games here a lot, and they also play our Villains Vigilante. This microphone's driving me crazy. Hi, look at that! I got a crazy Hitler mustache now. Okay, Henry Thrum. Hey, listening on my way home from church. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to. I didn't fire up the barbecue last night. So right after I record this video, I'm going to go get some propane and clean my barbecue out. Beautiful weather. It's beautiful weather. So enough procrastinating. I just wanted to give people time to actually show up. So this is Mabel Bakes. What is Mabel Bakes? Well, it's Ron Mosicki who does he did the art on the suit in Heroic Tales #1. His wife Brittany, for whatever reason, changes her name to Mabel whenever she bakes, and she makes these big ass cookies. So she sent me a box. Ron did a story for me, and box, exactly the same size box like this, just shows up at my house. And my wife got mad at me. She's like, "Well, what are you extorting from guys trying to impress you, Duke?" And then I was like, "No, I didn't know this was coming." And we're like, "These are good cookies." And then when I got into my car accident, she sent me another box of cookies, and my wife's like, "We got cookies." She's pushed me out of the way, and right on top, it's a uh what it say? Uh, good, good. Thank you for not dying, or something like that, or glad you didn't die. So that just made me laugh. I ate that cookie last. And now I didn't know this was coming. I just found another box of cookies. So let's check it out. Oh, we got Pity Ma over here. How you doing, Pity Ma? How are the dogs? So uh, I should have put it in I should have put it in the comments, but I'll put it in the description. If you go to Facebook Mabel Bakes, you could find and you could order and you could do everything that your heart desires. So I cut the box open. This is the first time I'm opening it up. So we got the Patriarch over here. Let me put this lid down because it's covering up the screen. Look at that cookie. Look at that cookie. It's a little out of focus. So I'm going to eat that. That's the Patriarch. And he's stepping on some sort of robotic amphibian. There we go. Patriarch stepping on some robotic amphibian. Oh, we got more of them. Oh, it's an inverse. That is cool. Check that out. Check that out. Okay, we got we got a bunch of them. We got a bunch of them. Cool. Look at that. I'm being very careful with them. I don't want to. Oh, we got these. These are like homemade Reese's peanut butter cups. I love Reese's peanut butter cups. Oh, so that's a whole bunch of these Reese's peanut butter cups. I could leave them over here because they're not blocking anything. Look at that. That's like a strawberry tart. Strawberry tart. Look at that. Oh man, my wife is gonna love that. Strawberry tart. Another strawberry. Oh, my favorite. I'm a simple man, guys. I like cheap beer. I like hamburgers, cheeseburgers. With just pickles and onions. Not nothing crazy. And I like a good chocolate chip cookie. This is probably the first cookie I'm gonna eat. So these are all chocolate chip cookies. Look at that. I'll put these over here. I'm gonna put these back right here. And this looks like a cherry tart. Ooh, that looks good. That looks like a cherry tart. Or maybe a Danish. Or I think cherry tart. Oh, a lemon tart. Lemon tart. Right? That's what these are, lemon tart. And more chocolate chip cookies. Nice. Nice. And they're all individually wrapped. And they all stay fresh for a long time, because they're sealed. She individually wraps them and then I guess presses them sealed or stickers them sealed. So these will last, although they won't last too long in this house. So go to Facebook, Mabel Bakes. I can't type because I can't pull out the drawer, because of this thing. So let's check out the couple of the comments. Eating a whole box of cookies on stream. This could only end well. Yep. Nice Patriarch art. It is. Yeah. DC Miller. Yeah, Patriarch with briefs. Yes. It's funny that you should say that because Patriarch #1 is going to tell his origin with his, old costume, which did have briefs. So that's kind of funny that that Ron put that in. John's long box is now John's bread box. Yep. Are those Danishes? I think they're tarts. I think they're like cookie tarts. Like a Danish is more like cakey, and these are cookie-y. I can't believe I'm talking like this. There's a cookie place out here called Chip Cookies that are amazing. Gonna have to order some. Where is that? You're in like Idaho or Montana, something like that. Too far away for me to just hop in the car and drive. Missed opportunity to release Superman on 4th of July weekend. James Gunn's marketing is making me less interested in the film. Oh, that's a good point. Oh yeah, they should have released. It's released next weekend. Like, yeah, come on. Is there anything opening this weekend that would have been competing with it. Yeah, yeah. So there you go. Uh, uh, oh, I might as well show this since I'm talking about Ron and his lovely wife. But here is curtains. Here is curtains. Oscar just colored it. I showed it to Ron yesterday, and I forgot to put it on Twitter. So Ron drew this. This is one of I have 3 villains lined up for the Raven already. I'm trying to make like a Batman rogues gallery for the Raven, and this is curtains. And his quote is, "Trust me, this is the only way you'll be remembered." So he's the creepiest, most vile. The first villain, because Renzo is going to do the first Raven story, and then Ron is going to do the second Raven story, and then probably simultaneously Renzo will also do the third, because it'll be in the patriarch. So I got 3 Raven stories in the works, and I just having fun coming up with creepy, down to earth. The Raven is a Batman guy, so he's not gonna have like super magical high tech. And the Raven and Patriarch work in the same town, so they have different little purviews. You know what I mean? So Raven is going to take care of more like street level crime, and this guy is just such a creep. His name is Curtains, and look at that hair. Look at that. It is exactly. This is. I described it to Ron, and he just nailed it. Just look at that creep. Look at that creep. So there we go. There we go. Let's make the cookies big. They're going to be foils. What does that mean? They're bad guys. What do you, like foiled cards? Or yeah, he's a villain who fights the Raven, or the Raven fights him. Just a creep. I can't wait to tell you what's going on. That story I started writing, but I just got a really good news. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it yet, but somebody approached me to write a 12-page Mary Sue story with their character to be in one of their comics that'll be in comic book stores and things like that. So that's got a schedule. So I'm just finishing up this patriarch thing that I'm working on today, and then that is the priority because it has a deadline. So I'm going to work on a 12-page, and it has to be exactly 12 pages. That because I kind of just write till like, okay, this story, this is what I needed to say. So it's like now I'm going to have like an editor, and I got to approve the script, and I got to approve dialogue and everything. So this is going to be fun. So you know what I mean? I'm working in somebody else's playpen. The only thing is I'm such an anal retentive. It has to fit the continuity of my story. So it'll actually be the 3rd appearance of Mary Sue. First appearance is Heroic Tales 2. The 3rd appearance will be Heroic Tales 3. And then this comic, which I'm not going to divulge where it is yet, because plans could fall through. So, but I'm just so excited. A foil generally challenges the hero on a deeper level, either as an opposite or a dark reflection of the hero. Not really. There is. I have a foil coming up, and oddly enough, the foil for the Raven was going to be Raven's replacement, because I'm like, there's already a hero named Raven, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care. They're all different. There's so many, like you can't make a character called I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody. Firestorm, okay? Because there's one Firestorm, but once every company has a Firestorm, it's like, okay, everybody has a Raven, everybody has a like even a Nighthawk. There's like different versions of Nighthawks throughout different comic companies. So like. So I don't care. I'm gonna have my character the Raven, but so I made a replacement for the Raven, and then I went full circle with them, and I'm back to the Raven. So the character that I made to replace the Raven is going to be his foil. He is going to show what happens to the Raven when, because the Raven is unhinged. When he meets somebody even worse than him, it's gonna be like, this, like the Raven is a dark reflection of himself, and then this guy, he's gonna be even worse, and even Raven's gonna be like, am I the baddie here? Am I, But no, Curtains is not a foil. Curtains is, I like, is Signal Man a foil for Batman? Like Zod is a foil for Superman. Yeah. Although teammates can also be foils, but as a positive opposite. Yes, I agree. Like Wolverine and Cyclops. Yeah. So this is really all I wanted to say. I wanted to show these cookies. I want to get back to. I want to go to the store, get some propane for the barbecue, clean out the barbecue, and then cook hot dogs and burgers, and then finish writing the patriarch. The patriarch number 1 is going to be 3 chapters. First chapter is already being drawn, and the second chapter is so the first chapter is set up. Second chapter is the approved origin, and then the third is the actual origin. So there we go. All right. So oh, Marcus, you're in here. Can you put up Mabel Bakes Facebook/Mabel Bakes in the chat? So there we go. And then I'm going to eat some cookies. But these cookies deserve coffee. You got to have coffee with these cookies. So there we go. Oh, people are showing up now, and I was just about to end. Let's see what the chat has to say. Curtin reminds me of Andy Partridge from XTC. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. It's funny that you said that. It's funny that you said that. He does. Sweet update. Thank you. Mark is here. Great looking cookies. Yes, yes. John's going to have a character in comic book stores, and the green-eyed monster Venzi is going to be all over X. Well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? If it's about comic books, and it just, I that's all I'm going to say. Hey, Ben Sabar. Hey, everybody. Each comic book John sells now comes. Don't make promises for me. Don't make promises for me. Yep, there you go. Mabel Bakes. Mabel Bakes. So go to Facebook, check out Mabel Bakes. Ooh, Zog. Comics and pastries. Yes, yes, yes. Cookies. I'm getting real hungry. My wife goes to church on Saturdays, and every time she goes to church, she comes home with food. So today I didn't eat anything because I'm like, I'm gonna eat up some leftovers or cook something, and then she's gonna come home with food. So today I didn't eat anything, and she didn't come home with food because the cat had surgery this week. So she went to the pet store and took care of cat medicines and came home. I'm like, oh, where's my food? So I didn't eat. So I gotta go eat now. All right. And yes, Thor the cat is okay. The cat he had a bunch of teeth extracted. Apparently, elderly cats their teeth break, and so he's a little loopy. Cookies, comics, coffee, can't go wrong. Love Heroic Tales. Thank you. How's the weather? The weather is beautiful today. The weather is absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful yesterday, and it was beautiful today. Thursday, it was nice. Before that, it was really hot, muggy, and before that, it was thunderstorms. Yeah, Texas is. I just heard a horrible story, but I've been avoiding the news because the news is just enough to drive you crazy. So, like, news has been filtering into me from like active resistance against the news. But I heard about like girls that were camping in Texas got washed away, and they can't find their body. Oh my God. All I got to say is my wife said she heard rumors that they were like seeding the clouds. If that's the case, these people need to clash action suit against the government. And, because if that's the case, that's what I think. Class action suit against the government. Your scientific experiments killed my daughter. That's what we got to do. Yeah, Thor's okay. He's a little loopy. He's on pain medications that's making him constipated. So what? We're like, did he poop? Like, pet parents are nuts. There you go. Heroic Tales number 2. Have a good day and God bless. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Not necessarily the news. Yes. Thank you for Mabel's link. Yes, check it out. Check it out. Uh, she mails you a big old box. I think she has a pay one price and she just fills the box. I think, but I'm not gonna give her rates. You know what I mean? In the southern hemisphere, it's a really cold winter down there. We're all getting roasted by the sun. Yeah. Glad my kitty's okay. Yeah, Thor. He's his birthday, believe it or not, is July 4th. He's 17 years old. He's 17 or 18, I forget. So he's not a spring chicken. He's not a spring chicken. Later, all and at that, I think I will stop. So that's all I wanted to do. I will see you tomorrow for Sunday Comics. We're going to do X-Men 94. Getting back into the X-Men. I know I kind of went out of order because I couldn't find my copy of X-Men 94, but I found it. All right. See ya. Bye-bye, everybody. Happy 4th of July.